is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my...
I see. Please excuse my agitated state.
The case is closed.
And who was this woman?
If you must know, she worked under my employ as Nurse Crane. But I'll wager that's not what will be written on her gravestone.
You killed her? Is that what you consider discretion and diplomacy, Dr. Reed?
I did what I thought was best, and acted accordingly.
You will learn that trust is a rare and precious commodity in the Immortals world, my young doctor. And your actions have not induced me to offer you my support.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed.
Do you...
You meet
what...
every now and...
Will they...
I do... Vamp...
The...
Yeah.
What?
Feet...
When I awoke...
Though I can't...
Once...
They have...
You...
More...
I've been here...
How? Me?
How?
Only...
I don't understand...
That is... I've had...
A vamp...
Such... Yeah.
Why does Doctor...
What the bro...
And...
As you... I could...
William...
No.
What?
Not...
I... Very... And...
My...
I bid you farewell. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient. Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
We're facing something new here, Dr. Swansea. Something terrible.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting.
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine?
There's a lot we're not seeing here.
But Jonathan...
What on earth do you mean?
Why you, my dear boy?
And why not? What did Stoker say about the Children of the Night? Well, using my blood, I could create a whole army of vampires.
Surely you're joking.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed...
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
on fire! I'll put an end to you bloody Christ!
End up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, alright? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
Please. I'm feeling tired these days.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you. Goodbye, young man. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy.
Goodbye, young man. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, alright? Now piss off. Not me, please. I'll be good.
Bloody hell, boy.
Good evening, Benjamin.
I'm afraid not, Miss.
This elixir will give you faith again.
I cannot enter.
Right, good quality. Come on, hang a loose, don't be afraid.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with glue.
So, may I...
I'm not bothered.
Do you need any medical...
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better with this. But you need to get a grip.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this. But I thank you for your concern.
Goodbye, young.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
Good evening.
It's...
I have had a...
Money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son. So...
Don't you fear getting sick yourself?
faith gives me all I need, my son. If I must fall, then so be it.
No doubt your faith will prevail, but let me give you some extra protection against the devil's work. Medicine.
Blessed be your generosity.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you need a
That would be nice.
If you...
Thank you.
Goodbye, Mr.
Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. Tell me. Very well. Good evening.
And good evening.
Do you need
It may...
I understand. I'll leave.
places to be than here. Fuck, it's fast! Take a breath of this! Snuff it, Leech!
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength.
Somebody help! What do you want?
Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You think...
I'm Dr.
I am...
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's... This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. It's locked. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
I wish the tears would come. But I'm empty. And I feel a hypocrite.
Let your pain run free, Jonathan. Don't smother it. What you feel is your humanity. Don't be so quick to lose it.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here. To warn me. You felt this pain yourself. You too have endured this.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan. I've lost so many friends. Loved ones I cherished. Pray for Mary's forgiveness, if you must.
I'm not a religious man. You should know that.
This is not about you forgiving yourself. This is for her. This is you telling Mary how sorry you are.
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
Ain't safe here for
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel.
Stay back, beast! Back, demon! Back!
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
I've no need for a kind ear. Only a moment of peace in God's house.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort, consider me your chapel. For I can be as silent as stone.
I've made myself perfectly clear. This is a private matter.
Your eyes burn with rage, yet I see the pain that lies beyond. I am here to lighten the burden of all God's creatures. Whatever you tell me is between us and the Lord.
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled by the loss of this girl. What happened to her?
She has been laid to rest. That's all you need to know.
I see. And how are you feeling, my son?
Wish I could forget all this.
I have a final question for you, my son. This is of the utmost importance.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What would you like her to know?
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been heard, my son, and your burden will lighten if your words are sincere. Go in peace now, and live your life in the way she would have wanted.
Whatever happened on this dock is between my sister and I. It does not concern God at all. Remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your doing. You made me this creature. What are you?
I am the land. You are our champion.
Riddles and rhymes. You took my life. Now you insult my mind.
Be stilled, my child. I bring understanding.
What is it you seek?
This age is sickly. An ancient poison, an older rage, brewed in a cauldron newly forged.
This has something to do with the epidemic.
Seek truth, my champion. Defeat the serpent of knowing with iron spur.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of December flowers dying. It needs water.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the guard.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured patients, at least one dead and several missing. This has spiraled out of control. Even the most infirm are asking to be allowed to return home.
The hospital is chaotic as it is. No one will notice a few more bodies.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot afford a public scandal. It would ruin us. We must restore order, and quickly.
You mentioned a dead patient. Who is he?
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones. I found her room like a slaughterhouse. Blood everywhere. The duty nurse is taking care of the mess.
You want to restore peace in the hospital again?
Jonathan, please. I can't rely on anyone else. And this concerns you as it involves vampires. Someone has taken advantage of our more liberal tendencies here.
In what way?
Jonathan, I may turn my head when you or her ladyship indulge, But I will not allow this place to become a nest for street feeders.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man?
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you realize what that could mean for us?
Well, they are not far wrong. The hospital is almost crawling with vampires.
McCullum is a fanatic. The Guard will stop at nothing. You don't know what they're capable of, Jonathan.
Very well. Since I brought Mr. Hampton here, I will put an end to this.
Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
Here again.
What on earth happened here?
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening.
What can you tell me?
That Mr. Hampton killed Miss Jones in her room.
And did you see all that?
No,
Where is Miss Jones?
I don't know. I'd imagine...
Did you see Sean Hampton leave?
I think I saw a silhouette.
Goodbye, Nurse.
This dead flesh needs it.
Oh, please spare me, Dark Queen. Spare your obedience.
Good evening, Mr. Albert.
Evening.
Soldier.
Not really. Don't.
Goodbye.
Disgust on every street corner.
I'm quite...
Then you are lucky.
I wish...
Thank you for your...
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention?
Do you know...
Just...
Well, at least...
Goodbye.
I'm all right.
Good evening. Is there anything else? Goodbye.
Always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Do you require...
I'll...
Goodbye.
Good evening.
Do you need any...
Merci.
Goodbye. Hello again.
I'm a...
Why?
It's complicated. Rats, sir. What?
Did you know?
No. Yeah. I'm not... Could you...
What? Good.
No, you...
Good. It seems the Priwen are redoubling their patrols in the district. I must be more careful.
Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here! Over there! He's spotted! It's one of them! Eat this! Die, vermin! Filthy piece of shit!
I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked. Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move. Good evening, miss. I am Dr. Reed. May I ask you a few questions?
Who are you?
As I just told you, I'm a doctor. From the Pembroke Hospital, actually.
The Pembroke Hospital, you say? I don't have any money for you leeches.
I'm not here for charity, Miss...
Miss Edwina Cox. So what do you want then? Fancy buying something from me, maybe?
What can you I'm not interested in a career.
Fair enough.
Since my return from...
That's exactly...
What?
But...
You
take... What?
You still use your husband's name, Edwina. Why is that?
Why shouldn't I? He may be a bloody bastard, but I'm still his wife, and his name means something round here.
Are you aware of what happened to him?
Yes. I'm sure he fought till the end and looked death in the eyes. The boys will mourn him. Except one of them, maybe.
I'm looking for Mr. Sean Hampton. Do you know where I could find him?
The sad saint? I heard he was mugged.
Yes, he was. But he left hot.
You don't say. Well, I suppose it's good news for the homeless and the useless.
Can I see what you have?
As long as you have money.
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy?
Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off. We don't want strangers on our streets.
So you won't tell me your name, then?
The name is Booth Digby. Maybe I'll ask my boys to break one or two of your bones, just so you remember it.
Are you some kind of...
Something like that.
So you're a So, well... What can you tell?
Things ain't that bad.
Well, you're not doing...
Yeah, well...
More of... Tell me about the man you killed, Booth. What happened?
One of us had been killed, so we had to retaliate. That's the whole story.
There has to be more to it than that.
No, really, one of us got killed, so the killer had to die. That's how things have always been done round here. No one gives a shit.
Don't you see it's an endless spiral? One day, it will be you who will be stabbed, or shot, or worse.
That's what my sweet Edwina always says, that one day I'll get it too. But she says it with the most beautiful smile, my Edwina.
I know you're looking for an honest job, Booth. You're tired of this criminal life, aren't you?
It's just an idea. Edwina loves to run things so much. You can never really leave the gang. Wet boys for life, you know?
Do you know where
The sad saint.
He was one of my patients.
Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
Mark my words. These
Good evening, sir.
murders
Why,
are
don't you
the work
recognize?
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy.
Yes, you had definitely drunk too much then as well.
I'm Dyson Delaney. I'll try to remember you. This time.
Seward. What's it look like?
Surely you must have had dreams and expectations when you were young.
Sure. I wanted things to change. To really change. And to change for good. The bigger the dream, the harder the fall.
Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, Willie.
Sounds like you were an idealist, which is...
No, sir. I was an anarchist and I believed that
Do you really think the world is that bad?
No. I believe we all can choose to make it better. But most of us are too weak, too corrupt and too guilty. I failed for sure.
I want to know more.
I'm still an anarchist, Doc.
Do you believe... Do you
No.
What do you do? Why...
That's because
Don't you... Is there anything...
How dare...
No reason at all to rejoice, then?
Let me tell you.
All right.
A few years ago, when I believed a resolute man could change things around here for good, a tragedy occurred nearby.
What kind of tragedy?
It was a bomb. A bomb that exploded and killed many people. Metal and blood everywhere. Shouts, fire, broken window of the shoe shop, the torn street light.
You lost people you loved that day, didn't you? I'm sorry, Mr. Delaney.
It's okay. If you ever find the place, just leave a flower for me there. Even if you tell me where it is. I'm not sure I'd memorize it.
Is there any...
How dare you?
No
Let me...
Is there any... Why...
Sit.
I'm looking...
Who back?
Not a drop of blood left in his body. This is the work of a vampire.
Good evening, sir. Have you witnessed any suspicion?
And what do you define as a strange event? More to the point, who are you?
My name is Ichabod Throgmorton, vampire hunter extraordinaire and warden of the East End.
A vampire hunter? Really?
I know what you're thinking. I'm just another lunatic howling at the moon, but I'm not. The bloodsuckers exist, and they're close.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'd like to hear more about these vampires you're hunting.
A man of science? Well, I'll be glad to enlighten you.
Have you heard of the Guard of Priwen?
Of course. They're dedicated hunters. A little militant for my taste, but they do let anyone join.
So you hunt alone? That sounds risky.
Vampires are just like every other predator. They hunt when they're hungry and follow certain patterns. It's just a matter of observation and patience.
Were you ever tempted to join the Guard yourself?
I did think about it, but I'm more of a silent hunter. They're more of a sanitary militia.
So, how exactly are you protecting these people? I'm curious.
I patrol late at night, investigating anything unusual. I try and encourage people to stay indoors, but people are careless.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple. Well, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter a house without being invited.
Have you ever killed one of these creatures? Yourself, I mean.
Of course I have. What kind of question is that? It's a dirty business, believe me.
Can I help in any way?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up posters to alert the population to the vampire threat.
Are you asking me to paste posters about vampires around the docks?
If you wouldn't mind. If you did that, then I can focus on my patrols.
What can you tell me?
Did you hear?
It's... Goodbye.
Perhaps I should shut the turquoise.
Evening, miss.
Well, I never. That's a first. Customers who make that much mess rarely come back. Never mind in fancy togs.
I'm much more myself than when we first met. By the way, I'm Jonathan, Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Welcome back to the Turquoise Turtle then, Doctor. I'm Sabrina Cavendish. How can I help you?
Excuse my curiosity, but where exactly are you?
Something bothering you? What, my name?
Believe me, I never judge someone on their place of birth.
If that's true, you'd be one of the few not to make fun of me.
Believe me.
If that's...
I'm sorry if I worried you.
Nosy. My dad was a sailor from Bombay.
What can you tell me?
People don't appreciate that line of question.
You look concerned.
This is a bad borough.
I have nothing to fear from the people round here, miss.
Yeah, I'm a brave woman myself, Dr. Reed, but I'd be a fool to think I'm invincible.
This place seems, how shall I put it, very colorful. I'm sure it has plenty of stories to tell.
We get people of all sorts here. It's that rare place in the docks where you can have a drink without being murdered. At least it's not happened yet.
Your boss must be quite the negotiator to force such an agreement. So this bar is neutral territory, then?
Yeah. Tom's...
Miss Cavendish, would you be willing to help me locate Sean Hampton?
You better ask Tom, sir. We respect the privacy of our customers.
Goodbye.
Times like these and good drinks just as likely to cool.
Good evening, Tom.
Good evening, sir. How are you tonight? Back to the docks, are we?
You remember me then?
Of course I do. You're that man who seemed so lost when he entered my bar a few nights ago.
Thank you for your hospitality. I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way.
I'm still Tom...
What can you tell?
It's not that bad.
Who?
Sean Hampton, our own
How is it you...
Oh.
You're something... How... Doctor... Oh. Why does your waitress feel in danger?
This part of town is dangerous.
Do you think she has good reason to feel this way?
Of course I am.
Tom? Where...
It's in an old...
Please.
What?
Goodbye.
Another disgusting ghoul did it, don't you think?
Seems like the guard of Pre-Ware's on Sean Hampton's trail, too.
You leeches, you kid! God! You're bloody right! Right, vermin! Crush the leech, boys! I'll see you die, kill it all you deserve! I'll send you to hell! Die, vermin! Bloody Christ! Burn it, boys! I hate leeches! Die, vermin! Kill it all you deserve! Die, leech! Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin! Want some of this? I'll send you to hell. Burn it, boys! Die, face! Die, vermin! Want some of this? Die, vermin! Burn it, boys! Kill it all you deserve! I hate that! You're mine, vermin! Crush the leech, boys! Die, vermin! the leech, boys!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
Oh my god! Shit, that leech is far! Die, vermin!
This poor man has just been slaughtered by a vampire. The body's still warm.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir. My name is Giselle Paxton, but I don't have time for men like you.
Have we met before?
No, but I just need to look at your fancy clothes to know that you must be desperate to visit the docks at night.
That's quite judgmental of you.
Sir, I've led enough strikes when I had a job to identify you.
You speak...
You...
Isn't...
A few...
What? You...
Though...
May I ask what you do for a living?
I'm killing myself scraping for a living.
As I told you, I'm a doctor. You have to work a lot to earn that title.
Oh, a doctor. Born with money in a nice house, were we? Was Daddy a banker or a doctor himself?
Why such hatred? Are you judging me by my clothes and my job?
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind. You don't even see your privilege. Lazy people like you disgust me.
What can you tell me about this vicinity?
Tell you what, just spend a few weeks here, and then ask me that question again.
If you have something to say, say it. I'm getting tired of all this.
Oh. You want information instead? Well, here's some for you. Giselle Paxton does not like you at all, Doctor.
You don't know me, Miss Paxton, and yet you see me as an enemy.
Oh. Your manners, your clothes, your words tell me everything about you, sir. I know your kind, and you don't belong here.
Oh, no. Oh, Miss Paxton, you really don't know my kind. You have no idea who I am.
All right. Okay. No need to get all worked up.
I'm looking for Sean Hampton.
What is it you want? Does he owe you money? Has he displeased your Royal Highness?
Well, it's locked, all right. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Can I help you?
A fancy doctor lurking at night by the docks? Not fishy at all.
And what about you? Working outside at night in this dangerous part of town?
You want to know my secret? I'm trying to earn money. And I'm Lottie Paxton, by the way.
Is it not dangerous to work here at night?
As long as I have good legs, I can run away from trouble. The sad saint now provides me and my sister a bed and a roof. I don't want to lose that.
Are you homeless, Miss Paxton?
Mr. Hampton's night asylum is our new home now. It's a safe place for me and my sister.
What can you tell me about the sad saint?
It's just the nickname of Sean Hampton, the sad saint of the East End. He gave me shelter, and he's not always sad.
What can you tell me about this place? How are...
It may be okay for a strong girl like...
You really think I should go back to a safer place, miss?
No. I think you had better stay and help as many people as you can. Just avoid the wet boot boys. Those bastards are worse than the epidemic.
Which local dangers must I avoid?
Well, the gangs, the thieves, the drunks, the jobless. A man with your fancy clothes will attract a lot of attention.
Well, I am not someone so easily intimidated.
Glad to hear that. And if you get into trouble, you can always seek help at Sean Hampton's shelter. No one would dare to be violent there.
I'm looking...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum he manages, I suppose.
He was a patient of mine at the
I see. Well, Mr. Hampton is a discreet and...
Goodbye, Miss.
Why the long face, Doctor?
How dare you welcome me as if everything is the same? We both know things have changed a lot, don't we?
I'm still me in here, just more alive, as a Skal. It's a new beginning, Doctor.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been shed, it's hard to believe you, Sean.
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd, I will not speak a lie to you.
Aren't you afraid of what you've become?
We are blessed, Doctor. Can't you see it? The Lord has made us able to walk amongst the plague and aid those that need it.
Do you think this is a blessing when God's own house and holy symbols repel you?
If that is your burden, Doctor, so be it. But I do not fear the cross, nor am I forced to take the life of another. My kind doesn't share your imperfections.
But you must drink blood now to survive.
No, not your scripture. Whoso eateth my flesh and drinketh my blood hath eternal life, and I will raise him up at the last day. So saith the Lord. I only need to eat flesh, no blood.